Hey guys, I'm Gianna, and this week our topic was on happiness. And the question that I'm going to be answering for you guys this week is, can humans be happy even when going through a life event that causes suffering? So, for me, I think the answer to this question can be both yes and no. I think humans can be happy while going through an event that creates suffering, but also not happy because they're suffering. So, meaning behind that is that some basic life events can cause suffering to a human, but the outcome of that event can be much deeper or greater than the suffering. So, therefore, the human can experience happiness while suffering. An example of that would be when women give birth. So, they're experiencing a life event of bringing another human into the world, but obviously, that's going to be causing great suffering on behalf of the woman. So, although giving birth causes great suffering, there's still happiness involved because of the thought and final outcome of bringing creation to the world and having a new life. On the other hand, though, there's life events that cause suffering when a human is not happy. So, examples of that would be the loss of a job, the loss of a significant other, and the loss of a family member. During these life events, a human can experience a great deal of suffering and feel nothing but dark and unpleasant feelings, which would show no signs of happiness from that person. Eventually, down the line, an individual would maintain back their happiness again through the life event of learning how to cope with the suffering and accepting that outcome. So, all in all, I believe it solely depends on the life event a human is experiencing to determine if they can be happy while suffering. At the end of the day, there needs to be a difference between whether the happiness is forced or fake, and genuine and real. So, the article for this week talked about the needs we as people have and how happiness concerns the fulfillment of those needs. And examples of important sources of happiness would be a sense of security, a good outlook, autonomy or control over our lives, good relationships, and skilled and meaningful activity. So, out of all those things I just listed, those could all be turned around into a life event that can cause suffering. So, evidently, it's up to the individual to be able to bring forth their own type of happiness during a time of suffering, whether that suffering is good or bad. So, for me, I'm going to try and keep happiness throughout my life when I'm experiencing a time or an event that is suffering, because I think when you're just smiling and you're feeling pleasant, that can alter the outlook of a bad situation, and it could possibly make that suffering not as intense or severe as it could be. So, my question for you guys is, do you think you could experience genuine happiness during a time of suffering? Thank you. Bye.